All right, I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting order. Start with the Pledge of Allegiance this morning. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I can ask for approval of today's agenda.
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
I will second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Next, I have the approval of the minutes from April 14th and April 21st, 2021.
Move to approve the minutes.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next, I can ask for consideration of claims for payment dated April 28th, 2021.
Make a motion to approve.
I will second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Utility permits. No utility permits. Secondary roads update.
Just the bridge is going good and all the guys are out working. They've just moved to 410s this week.
Okay. Next item I have is open bids for project L-CO42 sub 9040-73-42. It's X Avenue Bridge over Pine Creek. Those were due at 8:30 this morning. We have 3 bids delivered. Go ahead, Bruce. Just while they're opening the bids, we'll check the math and let engineer Wall decide if he wants to review those later or put it on next week's agenda for award. You got bid bonds for the first 2?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I was gonna open the bond first, then I'll find the number. I'm opening up PCIs and Bruce is opening up Progressive Structures out of Elkader.
So Progressive Structures from Elkader, PCI. Who is the third, Taylor?
Vitamin.
Vitamin. Okay.
Okay, I've got Progressive Structures LLC, Elkader. They have a total bid of $419,822.95.
Okay.
I got PCI at $347,948.02.
Okay.
And Vitamin is at $313,842.61. So that appears to be our low bid, so we will check the math, and by the end of the meeting,
Okay.
I'll let you know for sure.
All right. Thank you.
All
So
Thank you, guys.
thank you. Next I have is consideration of awarding the contract for county auditing services.
Emergency
Or
management.
except, sorry, emergency management update. Thomas contacted me this morning. He had nothing to report. Public health update. Rocky, please.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, as of this morning, we have 1,831 positive COVID-19 cases. 1,723 of those are considered recovered, which leaves us with about 108 active cases. We did experience a small spike the past few weeks, but it looks like things are kind of trending downward again, so that's good. Last week, I had said that we had like 11,000 Hardin County residents that had received their first dose or completed their series, but that was actually doses administered. So I misspoke. 6,812 Hardin County residents have started or completed their series, which is about 40% of our population. So that 11,000 was actually doses administered, not individuals. So just wanted to clarify that. And we did receive the okay to start our J&J administration again. So we are able to provide those vaccines again. But other than that, we're just finishing up second dose clinics through our mass vaccination. And that's about it.
Okay,
All right, thank you.
thank you.
Next, I can ask Michael to open the mics for public comment, please.
Bacon on me from those?
I have a question on the resolution on bridge weight limit postings. Is that gonna be on gravel roads or blacktops, or what's that gonna be on?
Yeah, it's encompasses all the bridge structures in the county. So both on hard service and gravel roads alike.
If they'd like me to post a map, I can.
Yeah, I'd like you to do that, Taylor. Go ahead and post a map
The
and
map's
then,
already done, yeah.
and then I'll have Jessica Sheridan share that as well.
Okay, because I was gonna say, we've got one like on 290th Street with the quarry here. And PCI is doing semi loads of rock all the time on that little bridge. And they're going over it all the time, and it's got a weight limit on it, so I don't really think the signs are doing any good. They're going over them anyway.
Legally, we have to put the sign up, so
Okay.
that's that, yeah.
And then motor vehicle enforcement would be the enforcement entity, correct?
Correct.
Or commercial motor vehicle enforcement. Dave, correct me if I'm wrong.
You are correct.
So, okay.
No, you are correct.
All right, thank you, Dave. Appreciate it. Any other public comment this morning?
I'm Julie Dunn.
Morning, Julie.
How are you coming with the ATV on county property and roads and stuff? I had a question about that and enforcement of any rules and regulations concerning that. How is that going to be enforced? I mean, I remember when we asked for a anti-tethering bill on dogs in the county. And of course nothing happened with that because of enforcement. No one would be able to enforce it. So how do you, I'm not sure how you plan on enforcing ATV stuff and all those out in county roads and county property and, bike trails, who knows? I think we need to think about those things and enforcement and how that's really going to work out. Thank you.
Additional public comment. Okay. Hearing none, I can ask for consideration of a resolution on bridge weight limit.
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution on bridge weight limit postings.
I'll second it.
Okay, I have a motion, a second.
You want me to speak on it? as well?
Discussion, yeah.
Okay, so, every year our bridge inspectors come out and they have to legally look at a bridge is considered something over 20 foot. So if, we got some 10, 15 foot bridges, those, we still look at those, but I think those are every 4 years. So every 2 years at least, minimum, these bridges are getting looked at by somebody that does it every day. We know some counties that take the training and do it themselves, but that worries most of the counties because it's something you do once a year, you don't feel confident. So we trust these guys and they come up with all their calculations. They give us the numbers to use, the recommendations. And then that's what I submit to you guys. And the things that I bolded are changes. So you'll see that some are, the ones that are now legal are things we replaced last year and some things are new. There was only maybe 3 new bridges this year, so it was a pretty normal year.
Okay.
One new one closed.
Yes, we had to close, and that's a good,
2 new ones.
yeah, well, one, we closed ourselves last year because it had a big hole in the middle of it, so it was pretty obvious, but that one only had 5 cars a day. And then the other one was on the road that we just made a level C and built the new road for Bob Eldora, so, yep, so we got to that one just in time.
And we have how many bridges in the county?
200 exactly at the moment.
Okay, roll call vote?
Lance,
Aye.
Renee,
Aye.
BJ,
Aye. Motion carries. Next item is the consideration of awarding the contract for county auditing services. So we received 3 proposals, and those proposals were reviewed by Treasurer Eichmeyer, Auditor Peters, and the supervisors. And so with their input, Michelle, do you just want to give your knowledge-based recommendation?
sure. After looking at the 3 bids, I feel like Bowman and Miller seems to fit our needs. They weren't the lowest bid, but in consideration with the other bid that was a little bit lower, it looked like every time we needed a question answered and asked, that we were gonna be charged an individual fee for that. So I feel the little bit of difference that there was, that we should go with Bowman and Miller. They know our county, they know what we need to do. And until we get through the whole process of getting square with Tyler for my office, and then the confidence of the auditor's office being new, I would think it would be stressful for us to have a new entity come in to audit. But that's just my opinion, and I would prefer going with Bowman and Miller.
And before I go to you, Auditor Peters, after we spoke, I looked at the number of emails between Beth and I, and just looking at those ancillary charges, it would have amounted to a lot of consultation fees. And so I concur with you that I think those ancillary fees would add up really quick with the questions that are often asked of Beth and her staff. So, okay, Jolene?
I feel the same way. We've got a little leeway with extra help, extra consulting with them. The top one, they do a lot of counties, they do a lot of states, but their expense was extremely high. The lower one, they only, currently what I could see, only cover 1 county. So the experience with Bowman makes a little more sense.
Okay.
Especially for right now.
Yeah,
I agree.
the continuity, working through the Tyler stuff is important, but also not having, with that Tyler programming hurdles that we face sometimes, I think that having somebody that knows what we're going through and can have some empathy there, but also have that knowledge, so the wondering doesn't have to occur. So, Lance?
No, I know with Bowman, they do answer a lot of questions. They don't charge us for that. I mean, if it was something that we were pulling special, obviously they would come in with a price. They've been really good to work with over the years. We've been with them since I've been here. I deal with them on numerous sports as well. So at least I'm comfortable with who I'm working with.
I agree. We've had them as long as I can remember too, when I was at the auditor's office, and they're always willing to take phone calls, answer our questions. And I agree with the cost comparisons that Michelle and Jolene have mentioned too, so.
Okay. All right, I can entertain a motion then.
I'll make a motion to award the contract to county auditing services to Bowman and Miller of Marshalltown.
I will second.
I have a motion, a second discussion. Those proposals are on file in the auditor's office if anybody wants to review those as well. So, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next item I have is change the time and date of the FY 2021 budget amendment hearing.
You got proposed time and date.
We had talked, or there's been discussion about whether we should do the amendments and, anything else all in the same shot. So I'm thinking February 19th
May 19th?
Yeah, sorry, May 19th.
Only we
Which
can go
budget are
back
we
in
making?
time.
Oh, no, I don't want to go back to February. But with that, I need all the information because I need to post that in the newspaper between 29th of this month and the 9th of next month.
So you need it by when?
So
to get it to the
very-
paper.
let's see.
And we can talk about that later today
Yeah.
too, I
Oh, all right,
Yeah.
assume. Okay.
okay. What was the time?
Like I said, I haven't really
9:02.
chosen a time.
9:02, okay. Okay, I'll make a motion to change the date and time of the fiscal year 2021 budget amendment hearing to May 19th at 9:02 a.m.
I will second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Next item I have for consideration is approving a fast stop fuel card for property management. I asked this to be put on the agenda after talking to Jamie in the auditor's office. There's been a few times where Jody Mesh is needed to get fuel after hours or when maybe the pumps were down at one of the local convenience stores. So to create a paper trail so he's not using a personal form of payment and then having to submit receipts and stuff. Just talking with Jamie, we believe that getting authorization for a fast stop fuel card for Jody would be the best way to keep that record keeping clear and concise.
Would this also, I believe the sheriff's office run on these as well. They have a contract bid, if I recall.
Correct.
Would he be under them? So you'd have the same contracting?
I think we would link it all to the one account, but it then, just like the deputies, Dave can chime in if you'd like, then it's by card. I think they get numerous invoices by the card by deputy for record keeping, so.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead and approve the fast stop fuel card for property management.
I'll second it.
I have a motion, a second. Any further discussion? I just want to thank Jolene's staff for helping come to, a more easy and concise way of making sure that we're able to get fuel and stuff. And so I appreciate Jamie's input. So all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next I have is for change of status at the sheriff's office. We've got a couple people that are being discharged for administrative purposes. I know Sheriff McDaniel and Administrator Whitmore, after a certain amount of time, if somebody doesn't work, we just take them off our rolls. That's just administrative thing. So we've got two of those. We've got a hiring and we've got a resignation this morning.
I'll make a motion to approve the change of status for employee Harley Lynn Schutt, effective April 28th, 2021. It's a permanent part-time hiring as a correctional officer at $16.48 an hour.
I will second.
I have a motion, a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 And I'll make a motion to approve the change of status for Brooke Theme. Sorry if I mispronounced. Effective April 26, 2021. It's a discharge for administrative purposes only. It's not worked for over 6 months as a correctional officer at the $15 an hour rate.
I will second.
I have a motion, a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
And I'll make the motion to approve the change of status for Erica Vargason as a correctional officer. It's effective 4/26/21. It's a discharge, another for administrative purposes, and has not worked since 11/11/2020. She was permanent part-time correctional officer at a rate of $16.48 an hour.
I will second.
I have a motion, a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion
And-
carries. Final one.
And I'll make a motion to approve the change of status for Lucas Wiedemeyer, effective 4/26/21. It's a resignation. He was permanent part-time at the rate of $16.48 an hour. And he has accepted a position with the Owl Falls Police Department.
I will second that.
Okay, I have a motion, a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
I got one thing. So with these resignations, it might seem like we're going through a lot of these, but it's also important that if we're not utilizing these people to get them off the road, because we are paying liability insurance on them.
Right, it's a per head, per employee, yep. I think that's a,
So
Excellent point
I
of-
know it's a lot
Right.
of paperwork, but there's
Right.
purposes behind it.
right. Okay, the next item I have is, Taylor, if you, is the
Yep. the math
approval of the
was
bid,
good.
so
Yep.
all right,
Whiteman
what
is
was-
the low bid.
what's your recommendation then?
To go with Whiteman for the $313,842.61.
Okay. I would entertain a motion to accept the bid or approve the bid from Whiteman for $313,842.61.
I'll make that motion.
I will second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
And that is for the bridge on X Avenue over Pine Creek.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Lance, other business?
Nope.
Renee?
Nope.
With that being said, I can ask for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, we are adjourned. Thank you.